Today's video, I want to talk about the most important thing you need to know if you want to have sustained growth in your business. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ryan Pineda. I'm a real estate investor and entrepreneur, and the goal of this channel is to help people live the wealthy way. If you want to learn more about what that is, go to wealthyway.com and get access to our free course, app, and Discord community. Now, let me start out by saying that there are a lot of things needed when your business starts to grow. You realize that you got to start hiring people and get good at managing them. You start realizing there are different departments to your company, like sales and marketing, that you have to now manage. And as your customer base grows, you realize the need for more customer service reps. But the truth is, you'll never even get to this point if you don't do the one thing that I'm about to tell you. You see, in business, you're going to be constantly battling new competitors that enter the space. You're going to be adjusting to the world and the new tech that is happening. And you're gonna have to deal with new politicians and whatever the economy is going through. But despite all of those things always constantly happening around you, there's one piece that you always have to be working on, no matter if things are going good or bad in your business. And that is research and development. I see so many businesses that are very successful for a period of time, only to die when something else around them changes. Maybe the government changes legislation and now their business can't adjust. Maybe there's a tech that makes their current product obsolete. Or maybe how they used to market is now ineffective and too many competitors have entered the space. And the truth is, that's gonna happen to every single business. But the good ones who can continue on are the ones who have already been preparing for it. They've been testing new strategies and preparation, knowing that things are gonna change around them in one way or the other. And this is the big point I wanna hammer home in this video, is that you have got to constantly be testing your new ideas. You see, a lot of businesses are afraid to test new ideas for various reasons. One could be that their current product is doing really well, so they figure that they don't need a new product. If this is working so good, it's gonna be working forever, and there's no reason to be trying to create something else. This is a really bad assumption. Nothing just works forever. You're constantly having to make that product better or creating some kind of new product once that one becomes out of style or obsolete. Some people are afraid to test new products just out of fear. They're afraid of what their customer might think if they test this out. They're afraid of the cost. They're afraid of failure. Whatever the case is, they don't want to put money, time, or effort towards developing something new. And I can tell you, this is the biggest reason why successful companies go out of business. Another competitor comes along and utilizes new technologies to make a product that's not only better, but cheaper than yours. So you have to be willing to test new ideas, because if you don't, someone else will, and they're gonna figure out what's going to work in the future. So let me go through a couple examples of tests I've done in my companies to give you an idea of what I mean. Right now we're on YouTube, and you may have noticed that I started posting 3 YouTube shorts every single day. Now this is a pretty insane test. I have not seen many YouTubers attempt to do this. For one, they don't have the time, energy, or resources to make that amount of content. And two, if they're an established YouTuber, they're afraid to break the status quo. Their audience might get mad at them, it might hurt their overall growth, it might hurt their views, and because they're doing well on YouTube now, they don't want to switch it up because it might hurt them. And I'll tell you, when YouTube Shorts first came out, I did not really want to jump on the bandwagon because every other YouTuber was telling me not to do it. They said that people who watch YouTube don't want that short form content. They'll go to TikTok or Instagram to watch that. So I chose not to do it for months until recently. I started testing out 1 YouTube short a day, and we all of a sudden started to get a bunch of them that are going viral. These YouTube shorts are getting more views than any of my long form content. And because we were having success with posting 1 a day, I said, let's just try 3 a day and see what happens. Now by doing this, I am betting on 2 different things. For one, I believe short form content is gonna continue to grow in popularity. If you didn't hear, TikTok had the most usage out of any social media app. Along with that statistic, you see that YouTube is heavily pushing shorts. So for me, I just wanna do what YouTube and what statistics are telling me that people want. But the second thing is, I really have nothing to lose. I already make 3 of these short form videos every single day. We've been posting them on TikTok and Instagram Reels. We just never put them on YouTube because we were afraid the algorithm would punish us or people would get mad. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that that's not a good enough reason for us to at least test and see if this works. Now this test is still ongoing. I don't know how it's gonna play out in the long run, but the early results have been good. And with any test, you're going to make people mad along the way. I'm sure some of you watching this right now are gonna comment and say you hate seeing all these different shorts. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, your business or your brand cannot please everybody. You have to try new things if you want to grow to the next level, and that's what I'm attempting to do right now on YouTube. Another example I'll give you is my house flipping company, Home Run Offer. Originally, when I first started flipping houses, the main way I got deals was through finding them on the MLS and networking with local wholesalers. That lasted for a while, and it was great until it wasn't. Both of those avenues started getting way more competitive, and our returns just weren't as good. So then we started doing direct marketing, and we got into cold calling and texting sellers. This worked really well for a while until the government started changing laws and making it way harder to do that kind of marketing. During that time, we decided we wanted to start testing TV commercials. Now, the TV commercials were really expensive, and almost everyone I knew was not doing good on TV. But fast forward a couple years, and it's now become our biggest source of deals, while cold calling has significantly declined each year. It's a good thing that I was testing all these other marketing strategies, because if I would have only relied on MLS, or if I would have only relied on cold calling, my business would be dead. We would not be getting enough deals to hit our goals. But because we were always testing new things during this time, we now have different strategies that can hold us through. And even though TV is great right now, I am still constantly testing new strategies, because at some point, it probably won't be. So we've got all these other marketing strategies that are currently in the test phase, and hopefully one of them can overtake TV, or at least match it, or be a backup plan if and when TV starts to decline. Last example I'll give you is at my real estate education company, Future Flipper. Over the years, we have tried many different styles of events. My first ever event, I had 10 people come to my office for one day. My second event, I had 10 people come to my Big Bear cabins for 2 days. That evolved into a mastermind that was held for 8 people in my living room. Then we transitioned into this new office that we have now, and we were able to hold workshops for 30 to 40 people. Then we outgrew that, and we needed a space that could hold 100 people. And after outgrowing that, we now have to book hotels here for 250 people. But here's the thing, as we've gone along and grown the events, we have constantly tested out what is needed at that level of event. How do we handle all of the audio and video? What kind of venue should we get? How do we handle food? What kind of after parties? What about drinks? Who's gonna be the guest speakers at these events? Should we have our students speak at the event? How long do I need to speak at the event? These are all things that I've tested over the years and gotten feedback from everyone who's attended to figure out what is the best style of event. And I can happily say our events continue to get better and better, but it's only because we're willing to test new things at the events. I could have just played it safe and tried to model my event after all these other events that I've been to, but I wanted to do something completely different and test if there was a better way. And I can say our events continue to get better and have sold out every single time without $1 of marketing spent. They sell out from word of mouth and just my social media videos. So my point is, my businesses have had good longevity and growth year over year because we're constantly testing new things. And not every test works. We've failed on so many different things. But a failure is good for us because it tells us what not to do, and using that information, we can do something different that is probably gonna work out. And honestly, I forget so many of the things that don't work because it just happens on a daily basis. So if you have a business, start testing new things and figure out whether or not they work. And if they do, really optimize it and keep improving it. But anyways, hope you got value out of this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.